you're facing with getting set up and installations or things of that nature. I think the very first thing we'll probably try and do is show you how to get a VM set up, because some people in the last session weren't able to do that for some reason, and some of you might encounter issues. One thing I wanted to clarify was in the previous session, I was going to demonstrate installing a VM hypervisor solution called VirtualBox, and it didn't work when I was trying to do it. So I'll explain the reason why it didn't work and why I cannot demonstrate yesterday's installation today. Okay. So the reason it didn't work is I'm using a Mac, and in the Mac, I was using, so apart from the fact that I was using a Mac, my Mac runs on an architecture called ARM. Okay. So there are two major architectures, hardware architectures. There is x86 and there is ARM. And the new crop of Mac machines all run on ARM architecture. So M series onwards, all are ARM architecture. You will encounter the same problem. The reason why I'm mentioning this is you will encounter the same problem if you have a Windows ARM machine as well. Okay, so there are a lot of Windows ARM based machines that are coming out. So, for example, Windows Surface, Microsoft makes a Windows Surface machine. So if it's a ARM based machine, you will also encounter the same problem. And then, of course, there are others like Snapdragon or Qualcomm or something like that. They all make ARM based Windows machines. So this message is not just for Mac users, it's also for anyone using ARM architecture. So if you have an ARM architecture based machine, VirtualBox won't work on those, because the reason being VirtualBox is not designed, they have not compiled it for ARM architecture. They are missing certain drivers for it. So that's why yesterday when I was trying to, I had never tried it before on ARM architecture. When I was trying to install VirtualBox on a Windows ARM inside a VM on a Mac, it didn't work. Not because of whether it's Mac or Windows or anything, but mainly because it was the hardware issue that prevented VirtualBox from working. So I hope that's clear to everyone. Some of you might be wondering what the heck I'm talking about. That's okay. If you're thinking what the heck I'm talking about, it probably does not concern you unless you have an ARM-based machine. Okay. I hope that much is clear.
Hello, sir. Sorry for. Actually, I want to know that from which date you have started this all, because today I joined this meet, not before.
Yeah. So yesterday we had a initial starting session. It will be put. We will be putting that video on the playlist for tomorrow. So sorry, on the playlist. So it will be there later today. It will be put up, so you can watch that.
Yes, sir. Actually, yesterday's session, it was for some reason notification did not come up. So even I had missed yesterday's session. Can you just give a summary of what was discussed yesterday?
Playlist.
Yeah. So I won't give an extensive summary. Basically, it was an intro session. And it's worth watching the intro session. You may think there's not much value in that. Actually, there were a lot of valuable things that are unique to TDS that I can't explain in a summary here. Okay, there were just too many things that are actually important to know, which is completely different from every other subject in the diploma. Okay, so it's highly worth watching. It's not available just yet, but we will be putting it on today. Yeah, it will be on the playlist. You can get the playlist from our Tools in Data Science portal. So you will be able to get it from it. But highly recommend for everyone on this session, you watch that session. And even if you don't watch any other sessions throughout the term, at least watch that one, because you will get some important insights into how we run this particular subject. And it will be, some things will be very different from other subjects.
Okay. In portal, where it would be available?
So if you go to portal, let me just quickly share my screen here. So I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so this Seek portal is not what I'm talking about. Okay, this Seek portal is mostly just to point you to the main thing, which is this. Okay, TDS is run on our own portal, including the graded assignments. This is the portal I'm talking about, right? So down here at the bottom, there will be the live sessions, streams, and things of that sort. You will see that on here. And then in here under playlist, there will be one for this term. Currently,
Okay.
it's not up there yet, but there will be one for this term. It will say May 2025, and we will put it in that playlist and it will be up to date. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So that's something I would advise you to strongly advise you to watch once it's up there today. Going back to where we were, which is so the purpose for this session. So the purpose for this session is to mainly help you through the installation process of help you through the installation process of some of the packages and help you to get a VM up and running, because we want you to use, we highly recommend 100% that you try and use Linux only, either WSL or a VirtualBox. If
Sir,
you've got Mac,
sir, we
sorry.
have WSL, sir, so we can use easily now, because in system command we used Linux, WSL.
Yeah. So not everybody, but not everybody has taken system commands, and not everybody does diploma in
Okay, sir.
programming. Yeah, there are many students who don't. Okay, so that's why we mentioned. On Mac machines, you don't have to use a virtual machine if they are if you've got a Mac OS, because Mac OS itself is a Unix-based system. So everything that you can run on Linux, you can run on Macs. The only differences might be how you install the packages, and some slight option differences might be there. But everything that runs on Linux can run on a Mac. Okay. So the Mac, people who use Mac, there are no issues. People who use Linux, obviously there are no issues. The main thing for using WSL or a virtual Linux on Windows is so that you can run all the things, all the tools that we have in tools in data science. Okay, so what I would advise, oh my, there are 93 people on. Wow, okay. So what I would suggest is, if Jivraj, are you ready to demo a VirtualBox installation? You are not audible, Jivraj. Okay, he's having some little bit of sound audio issues, so he'll
Sir,
probably.
if I already have Ubuntu, I need not to install anything of this WSL or anything else.
Yeah, if you've got Ubuntu, it's a Linux based OS. You don't need to install. You don't need to install any virtual machine or WSL or anything. This is only for those who are only using Windows. Okay, some people who don't use any other operating system. Can you do tools in data science using just Windows? Probably, but all our sessions will be geared around using the bash command line for everything. Okay, and there's a good reason for that. In industry, right, that is the main way we get things done. Okay, you almost any major industry you look at, all their software stack, everything runs on Linux. So if you haven't learned it by now, it is very valuable for you to be at least a little bit familiar with it. You're not going to get too detailed into, about Mac. Mac people don't have an issue, right? Mac, Abhishek, Mac, you run all Linux commands on Mac without any problems. So Mac users don't have a problem. It's only for people who use Windows exclusively, this issue. Okay. Meanwhile, while we are waiting for Jivraj, is Jivraj here? Okay, I don't see him on here. Okay. So while he's still getting set up, I'll try and show you guys how you can install VirtualBox. Just give me a second while I log in through a Windows machine here. So Jivraj was going to demonstrate it, but he's not yet joined. Yeah, Bipin, you're on. Okay, cool. Okay, you can take over, Jiv.
Galton, I don't have VirtualBox.
Yeah, you can. You've got Windows, right? You can demonstrate installation on that, or you want me to do it?
It's just that in NAC network speed is very low, so it will
Okay.
take some time to download.
All right. So what you can do is, okay, I'll log in with the Windows machine. Meanwhile, you can take doubts on any package installations that people are having. So what I would suggest is you guys raise your hands if you've tried installing packages and have encountered issues. Okay. Or even if you're installing WSL or any of these things, raise your hands and then we will debug it for you so that you can get up and running. So for all
Sir,
those who are joined, this particular session is mainly to get you set up for the term.
sir, which packages we have to download, sir?
So if you have you looked at week 1?
No, sir.
Okay. So first thing you have to do is go look at week 1 content. In week 1 content, there are week 1 content are like the prerequisites for the rest of the term. So all the things that are shown in week 1 content. So there are things like Node, NPM, so Node Package Manager, being able to having installed UV, for example, and there are some various other packages like that in week 1. All those are
Sir,
required. Okay, if you don't have those, sorry.
Sir, are you talking about those videos that are, I mean, linked with the question graded assignment?
Yeah, some of them have videos linked to the graded assignment. Yes. So
Yeah.
if you look at the graded assignments, but also if you look on the course page itself, right? So if I just show you that course page again. Right. So if you can see my screen, right? If you look on the course page itself, you can see here, you say it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are all the entire 7 modules for the entire term. Okay.
Okay.
So if you go in here, you can see them systematically listed, right? So you need you will need VS Code, highly recommended. Installing GitHub Copilot, highly recommended. Definitely you want to install UP. You want to install Node Package Manager and NPX. You want to install LLM at the CLI. That will be important.
Okay.
And you, sorry.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, so that's what these are. Okay, all the content delivery will be done on here. Most of these are set in stone. When a GA is released, typically the content will not change unless there are just some error corrections to be made. But the rest of the content, so like week 3, we haven't released GA for it yet. So these might still have some changes to it. Mostly it will be additions or some corrections to it. So when a new GA releases, have a look through here and just check it to make sure that nothing new has been added or changed. Okay. So same way for 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's just something to keep in mind. Right. So if you guys are ready, I would suggest you raise your hands and then let us know what issues you're facing with any packages or VMs you're trying to install. Meanwhile, I'll log in, either me or even if Ritik is ready, then he will be able to guide you through the process of installing VirtualBox. Okay? But we'll take it one by one by you guys raising hands. If you have not watch the first session, I would highly recommend you watch it. We will make that video available to you shortly. It was done yesterday and the video will be available. So, yeah, raise your hands if you've got some issues with installing any of the packages. Is Unicode is something you need to install. So Unicode is just what do you call it? It's an encoding mechanism, right? So the encoding mechanism video is to explain how the encoding system works and why it is important. Sometimes when you're processing data, a text file looks like any other text file, but the encoding might be different, and you might encounter certain failures in your workflow because of the encoding differences. So how do you identify what kind of encoding a file has and why it matters? So that's something you will have to watch the video to understand. Okay, so that's what the Unicode thing is about. Yeah, like UTF, ASCII, yeah, those sorts of things. But the video is very valuable. Okay, it will show you some neat tips and tricks that sometimes you will not at all be able to debug what the issue is, but actually it might be an encoding issue. NGRock, yeah, yes, yeah, NGRock is something we will demonstrate probably through. So Jivraj will talk you through NGRock. Yeah, so some of you might have issues with installing WSL. That's the reason we will show you VirtualBox. WSL is the better option most of the times. But if you've got some difficulties with installing WSL, then Kritik or Jivraj will help you through that if you've got some errors that you encounter. Okay, if nothing else, then Jivraj, you can maybe show how to install some of those things like NGRock. I know yesterday someone had asked about NGRock because they were having difficulties with it. Yeah, Ritik, you can go ahead and show if you want to show from your end how to install WSL.
My screen is visible and the audio is clear.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, so just you need to open your PowerShell. Okay. This is the PowerShell, Windows PowerShell. You can run WSL and -- list command. It will show you all the distributions which are installed in your system. And since you are new, so there is no new system here. So you can search for online distributions. So these are the available distributions. Okay. So if you run this command, you will get all the available distribution for your system. It is highly recommended to install any one of the three. Okay. So if you want to install, suppose this distribution or this distribution, you will need to run WSL minus install, and you need to give the distribution name. Then you can copy paste the name. Okay, and then paste it here. It is recommended to use Control-Shift-C in terminal. Use Control-Shift-C. Okay, if you press enter, it will install the distribution. You can see here I have just run it, and yeah, this is the thing. I have installed it, and after successfully installing, it is asking for the username. Okay, so I can give the username new system. Okay, and it will ask the password. And it has been successfully installed. Okay. So in short, to summarize, you have to open the PowerShell. Okay. Then you have to run a command WSL and then -- install, and then space, then -d. This is known as the distribution. Okay, and then your distribution name. Okay, and after that it will do all the process, and at the end it will ask for the name. I hope I am audible, right?
Yes, sir, you are.
And then it will ask for the password. Okay, and then definitely it will ask for the retype password. So you can give your password. For example, I have given the new system, and your password is not visible. Okay. If you run this thing, WSL will be installed on your system. Okay. And yeah, so after that it will be here, and you can close the thing, and you can now search for the Ubuntu. All the versions are here available, or uh, you can open the your command prompt. Okay, and if you go here, here all the versions of Ubuntu will be there. So I have two things. So one is 24 and one is this new version of Ubuntu that we installed. If I click here, it will be there, and you will be logged in with your username, and that's all. So any doubts in this part? And one more thing, let me clarify this part. What name you will put here? For that, you can run the command WSL minus list. So it will list all the files in your system, means all the installed Linux system. So I want online system, so I will write online, and it will list all the things. Okay. So let me take the screenshots, and so this is just for your check. You can see here. These are the names. So any one name you can give. You can give this name or any name. Okay. This is the one way. This is the one way to install the WSL. The second way I will say that some people are facing issues. Okay. Yesterday, one people also faced the issue that this was not working for them. So I will say that follow these steps. Okay. If the things are not working for you, search for your Ubuntu. Go right click on here. Okay, and go to the app settings. And go here and just uninstall it from here. Okay. After uninstalling it, you need to search for the store, Microsoft Store, and here directly search for Ubuntu. You will get all the versions. Let me click here, and if you click here install, and after that nothing you have to do. There will nothing extra it will ask for you, and after installation completed, I would say that then open the okay. So yeah, after installation, just search for Ubuntu. It will come here. Click on that, and instead of direct opening, it will again ask for the passwords and other things. Okay. So the second thing, if you are facing error, if there is already installed, then uninstall it and go to the store, Microsoft Store. From there, search for Ubuntu and install it. Okay. And then you can open it, and whenever you will open it, it will again prompt for the same thing. It will ask for the name, password, and retype password. Okay. So that's all from my side. Any issue in this thing?
I think Surya Pratap has some issue, right? So Surya, can you share your screen and so that we can sort it out for you? Surya Pratap Singh. Okay, so while he's getting ready to share the screen, if anyone else has any questions, you can ask it now.
Actually, sir, this is the issue I have just mentioned in the chat. This is my yesterday's issue. Actually, I resolved this issue through some Googling and YouTube thing, but I don't know why this happened. So that's why I'm asking this question on chat. If someone know why this happens.
Yeah, yeah. If you just share your screen, right, we can figure it out, right? So what the problem is.
Okay, 1 second. Right now, my D drive is exist, but I don't know. So this is my screen is visual, no?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
So this is the way I am accessing Ubuntu. First, I'll go to the terminal. After that, I'll go to the Ubuntu tab, and it will load. This is the way. Or this is my D drive. Somehow, actually, to yesterday session, you told us ki, like we need to install Ubuntu on our system. So that's why I installed this Ubuntu yesterday. But I don't know why this my D drive is missing. But after some random commands I do, so my D drive is yeah.
Okay, okay. So yeah, what would be useful is if you documented what those random commands you did, right? So then you can trace back what exactly was the issue, right?
Someone, 1 second. Someone just matlab, I access this GitHub portal where there are a lot of people have a doubt, so they say we need to write this WSL hyphen hyphen shutdown on this PowerShell window, and after that we need to close the computer and restart the computer. It will appear on the
Okay, yeah, yeah. That's very helpful. Thanks for sharing that, Surya. So that's the reason we ask people to share their experience because there will be others who are very quiet and won't say anything. But because you've gone through this issue, where all your drives are not mounted,
yeah.
you've managed to share now with others, including ourselves, because we learn from you as well. We don't know everything either. So, this is a new issue that I've not seen before. So it's great. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Shall I stop?
Yeah, you can. So Pradyut Kumar has asked, I'm using an EC2 instance for Ubuntu. So you can use cloud-based instances. The only thing to keep in mind is if you're going to use a cloud-based instance, just be sure that for example, if you are running a project and we are going to run an evaluation on it, that cloud-based instance, whatever service you're running off that cloud-based instance, that it be accessible to us when we are evaluating things like project. Okay. So how do you do that and how you deal with that is something either you will have to figure out or, find some way of making sure that that does happen. In other words, if we cannot access your project for whatever reason, because you're using a non-traditional method of hosting your project or whatever it is, then you can't blame us that that it's not working. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, if it works for you, a cloud-based instance is fine. You can do that as well. Is JQ necessary? I don't know where you got JQ requirement. Apple could not verify JQ. Why do you need JQ? I'm not quite sure. Naman Arzu, if you've got you can open your mic.
Yes, yeah, I saw it in the JSON page of the tools in data science. So it was given the tools you could use with JSON is JQ, JSON schema,
Yeah.
JSON lib.
Okay. So that's just a suggestion. Okay. I mean, the whole concept of that particular page, you're not talking about the GA. You're talking about the actual, this one, right? The content page. Let me just share it. It'll be useful for everyone. So
Yes.
they can also see. Right. So you're talking about this page, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So so over here, these are only some useful types of tools. Okay. It's not that the main thing to take away from here is we want you to understand what JSON is and how you work with JSON. That's the only important thing from this particular part. As far as the tools are concerned, which one is it specifically with? It's not that. It's not this. Pathfinder. Is it, which one is it? Was it this one, the schema validator? No, it's an online tool as well. Where did you see about is it this one, JSON lines?
No, sir, it's the JQ, just below the
Oh,
JSON schema.
yeah. Okay, yeah. So uh, we haven't. So I personally have not used the command line JSON processor, but what is the issue you're facing? May I ask?
Apple is not verifying it, so it's blocking it from letting us install it.
Okay. That's probably
It could be
because
fixed from settings, but
it's probably because it's third party, right? It's let me. You had mentioned it here. Something JQ necessary verify JQ on. Yeah, so that's what it's because it's not from the Apple Store or things like that. So it doesn't. All it's doing is it's just warning you that, hey, we don't recognize this. Are you happy to have this installed? And so that's all it's asking. So as long as it's yeah, so they do have a Mac OS ARM64 based application. So you just have to give it the permissions and it will install it for you. So then you can use the tool from command line. We always suggest using command line tools because they're very valuable when doing processing. So of course you can always process JSON using Python as well, which is what a lot of the times we do. So while it's not necessary to have JQ, but playing around with it and getting familiar with it, you might find value in that. And in fact, now that you mentioned it, we'll also give it a try. But just in your case, it's just permissions. Just allow permissions to install it. Okay.
understood, sir. It worked with the brew, so I think if anyone is facing this, brew will be better alternative.
Yeah. Yeah. Typically, that's the best way. Rather than downloading it off the site, Homebrew is a fantastic way for Mac OS people for any packages that Linux has. And also, there are packages in Homebrew that may not necessarily be in the repository for Linux. Okay. So sometimes you can even get packages using Homebrew on Linux as well. So it works both ways, okay, for both sets of people, Linux as well as Mac people. Use Homebrew; it's very good. Yeah, thanks for that.
What is it, sir? Homebrew.
Yeah, Homebrew. Yeah. So Homebrew, if I'll show you, if you go. So this can be used by both, okay, both sets of people, Linux and Mac people. So there are some packages, okay, that are not directly available in an apt repository for some reason. You can just use Homebrew and install them. It's really easy to use. It's a kind of package manager as well. And you can, as you can say, it's called the missing package manager for Mac OS or Linux. So it's a great package manager. Okay. What makes Homebrew particularly nice is that you can also uninstall and you don't need to give it sudo permissions to install things. So you can install things without sudo using Homebrew. So that's kind of nice.
I think Siddhant, you raised hand.
Sorry, yeah, I was not audible, right? Sorry. So Sanjita, this error is because you haven't taken the token from the AI pipe location. So either Hrithik or Jivraj will show it to you again how to get your AI token. So every student in TDS will get a free token. We provide that at our own expense. They are OpenAI tokens actually. It goes through some sort of proxy, and then that proxy distributes to you your own customized version of the token. There is a daily limit on it. At the moment, it's set fairly low, but it renews every day. And when projects come around, when project comes closer, then that time we will increase your limit to something more substantial. So I'll let Jivraj talk you through the process of getting your AI token. Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much.
Okay, Jivraj, you can go ahead and show them how to get the token, install the token, and then start using the LLM.
Okay, sorry, but I have already exhausted my usage. I'm testing something.
Okay. Okay. Hrithik, can you do a demo on that, please?
Yes, sir.
So this is with regards to installing LLM and using the AI pipe.
So you can go to the development tools, and there is AI terminal and LLM CLI. If you go on this OpenAPI key, you will open with the platform API keys. Okay. Here you can click on create new secret key. You can name anything. You can create the secret key. Okay. After you creation of the secret key, there the secret key will be available to you. You can copy the secret key, and after that, because the secret key are the secret key, so if you open the platform and create the secret key, then you have to write this command LLM key set OpenAI API AI, and here you will paste the key. Okay, here you will paste the key, and after that these all commands will work for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now I got it.
So just click on OpenAPI key, click on new secret key, enter it, create new secret key, then a copy button will pop up, copy it, and then just run this single line command. Okay.
Okay,
Can you
sir.
also show how to do the AI pipe as well, Ritik?
Sorry, sir.
The AI pipe. If you go to week 3, large language models, that one, and then
Sorry, sir, you are not.
this page, the web page you're looking at right now.
Okay.
If you can take them through this process, because this is the key we provide.
Okay. So here is the AI pipe documentation. We could click on here, and now we could log in with this AI pipe. Okay. So if it is happening too fast, click on here. Okay. So this is AI pipe documentation. Okay, this part in the LLMs. In the LLMs, if you click on this AI pipe documentation, you will be here, sign in with the thing, copy the tokens, and exactly same thing. LLM key set open AI. So
no, there is one difference here. By the way, you can't use OpenAI here, so you'll have to use. There's a bit more further documentation
Okay.
on that page. Just follow the instructions on there.
Okay.
Yeah, that first three things up there. Yeah.
Yeah. So replace open base URL with this part, or this replace open API key with the API token. So so I think we need to copy the this AI piper route, where will I get?
Okay, so you have to export that variable. Open API.
Yeah. So I will export the variable. This same. Okay. This route I am asking, sir. Will this work?
You can use if you go to the documentation itself, right? AI pipe documentation. There it will give you the link actually. That one.
So here it is the
HTTPS.
base URL. Okay, so there is the two variables that we have to set. One is the base URL and one is the API. Okay, so if I copy this line, so This is the.
Yeah, don't show them your key though.
It will show, right, sir. Right. Okay. So maybe I could stop the recording now. Sorry, stop sharing.
Yeah. So he's going to paste the key in there. Okay, he'll export the key, but the key, the main thing to remember is that if you look on here, where is it? You go to week 3, right? This one. Go to the API pipe documentation. So it'll take you to this GitHub repo, and on this GitHub repo, if you look, right, you get that token that he has shown you, which is from here, right? So from this location, you get your API key, you copy that key, and then what happens is you export that and you put that key in this location, okay, on your CLI or your bash terminal, and then you export this variable there as well. Once you get this set up, then you are able to use the LLM as normal, okay, and then that's what he'll show you once he's done pasting the key into a system.
Sir, I have a doubt actually. I have just installed the WSL instance, and
Yeah.
so my doubt is, do I have to install VS Code separately on WSL, or the Windows installation of VS Code works for
Yeah.
this?
So, okay. So that's a very good question. The very first thing, as soon as you finish installing a WSL instance, the actual very first command everyone should do is do a sudo apt update. Okay. Because it will not have all the up-to-date packages. So do a sudo apt update. And then the very next thing you do is do a sudo apt upgrade. Once you do these 2 commands, and you can see Hrithik is demonstrating that for you right now. Once you do those 2 things, then the next thing, which is the question you're asking, should I install VS Code on WSL? Yes. Install the VS Code on WSL and launch it through WSL. The reason being, when you launch it through WSL, any code work that you do from that point on will be directly in your WSL instance. So any extensions that you install, they will be specific to your WSL instance. They won't, you won't have this problem where some extensions work in the Windows environment, some extensions work on your WSL instance. So excellent question. Have your code running through your WSL instance.
Okay, sir, got it.
Okay. And when you're launching it, also launch it from your WSL instance. You do .code, I believe it is, and then it will work.
Yeah, code dot.
Yeah, sorry, code dot. Yeah, code space dot. Yeah. So that's okay. So Hrithik now will show the rest of the API pipe where you can use the token and then start using. So now what happens is when you do it this way, you are using our token and you're not directly contacting OpenAI. Okay, you're using our token through a proxy. It's free of cost, and it will be routed through this URL called AI pipe that we have set up, and then you can get to use it that way. The other method that he showed you also most likely will work. I have not used the free version of OpenAI myself, so that's why I can't verify that because I've got a subscription. So one of you guys will or girls will have to give it a try. What he showed you earlier, which is generating a free key from OpenAI, and if that works for you, that's fantastic. So that also is fine. But if it does work for you, let us know.
I didn't get how to do this OpenAI thing.
Okay, you're talking about OpenAI or you're talking about the AI pipe? Which one specifically?
No, which one to do? I don't know how to do.
Okay, so both. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
open.
From the first process, what Ritik, so I copied from there, and now what to do?
Okay, yeah. Okay, Kritik will talk you through it. Okay, so go ahead.
Yes, sir. Just a second. I'm coming.
Hello, sir.
Sir, I think I am not given the permission for the OpenAPI key. It is giving me error for
Okay. So it doesn't work, right? That directly accessing OpenAI.
Yes, sir. That is the main I am getting.
Yeah. So you can't. So my suspicion was
But
right.
we can also use the LLM Olama, sir.
Well, let's not confuse them right from the beginning. Let's go step by step, and you can show them again that AI pipe. Okay. So who was it who asked the question? Who was the person who asked the question? What's the name? Sorry.
Ashish.
Ashish. Yes. So Ashish. So the reason we have created. So okay. Before Hrithik shows you what he's about to show you, I'll just join the meet from a different location so that I can explain something to you and also to others as well. So give me 1 second. So this is the one. Join. Okay, so can you guys see my screen? Okay, about 3 seconds. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so right. Let me. All right. So just so that it's clear to you guys what's actually happening. So you have OpenAI. Okay, that doesn't help. So you have OpenAI. Okay. This is your Chat GPT, basically Chat GPT 4.0 or whatever it is. Okay. So they have a service that you provide. You've all used their chat window to use their functions. But that's only has some limited use because you have to interact with it manually to do anything, right? So the question is, how do we make more use of it from a data science perspective? So you want a programmatic approach to things. You don't want to manually do things. You want to send it information, get it to do things for you, and all that sort of thing. So to interact with it programmatically, they provide something called an API, okay, an application programming interface. So what it is, it's a set of rules that have been created, and these rules tell, okay, if you access our service at some particular endpoint, okay, by endpoint I mean some sort of URL, okay, so there'll be some URL that they will give you. Think of it as a way to access their service programmatically. And this endpoint will have some rules on how you interact with it. So those rules are defined by them. It's in their documentation, and we will talk you through this in week 3. And those rules will say, okay, you should provide us certain keys. Okay, so one key will be, there will be a header, and there will be some JSON. Some JSON will be there, which is why we told you it's important to understand what JSON means and how that works. And some other things will be there. Okay, and even in this JSON construction, there will be some various keys. Okay, and each key will have some data associated with that. Okay, so some keys will be there and some data will be there. So you interact with them with using these rules, and they are the ones that provide these rules. Okay, they tell you exactly how you do it. And if you do that, then you're able to do some useful work that is completely automated, that involves no human intervention, right? So that is ideally what you want to do in all your work. But in order to use their service, you need a key. Okay, you need some special token. Okay, I'll not call it key because that might be confusing. You need some sort of secret password. Okay, some token to use their service. But of course, they will charge you for this, and we don't want students to pay for this, right? So we will. But the issue is we can't create a separate token for. We can't get there are 1,700 students in TDS. We can't go to OpenAI. We don't want to go to OpenAI and get 1,700 tokens. right? It's difficult for us to manage that. So instead, what we do is, Professor Anand has created a proxy server, right? So that's his server here, right, with some blinking lights, okay? And there's OpenAI. Oops. So there's OpenAI, and that's there on the cloud somewhere, okay? And he buys some buys a key from them, okay? He buys a key from them, and that key has I don't know, maybe thousands of dollars worth of value, okay? And then now that he has this key on his server, or this token, I should say, on his server, he wants to distribute this to all the students, right? So this is a proxy server, some sort of proxy. Means it stands in between you and OpenAI. You want to use their service, you don't have a key. We have a key, and we want to give you access to OpenAI. So what he does is, he will create some pseudo keys, some pseudo tokens, okay? So he'll create some tokens. So Hrithik will get a token, and because Abhishek, was it Abhishek? Who was the guy who asked? Avinash or Abhishek? Ashish. Ashish. Yeah, because Ashish was really nice. And you know, he's a good student. We'll also give him a token, you know. So like that, we'll give tokens to all the nice people on here, right? Actually, we'll give a token to all TDS students, okay? So we create some pseudo tokens. Now the question is, can you use this token directly here? No. If you try and use it, OpenAI will say, we don't know what this token is. We didn't issue this, so we have no idea what you're doing. So you can't use it directly with them. So what do you do with this token? So we give you this token, and this token, we will tell you, okay, we have also set up a service, right? And this service is called AI pipe. So if you can think of a pipe, a physical pipe, right? You will send us this token into this pipe. This pipe will send the token to us. Then here, and of course, to interact with us, you will need a URL. So we have given you a URL, which you have seen on the AI pipe documentation, and Hrithik will show it to you now. And once you send the token to this proxy server with the token we have given you, internally what we do is we look, okay, Ashish has sent a request. We will send that request on your behalf as a proxy to OpenAI, get it to do the processing for us, send us back the information. And since we know who requested it, we send it back to Ashish. So that is how it works. Is that clear to you guys? How this setup is? Why we need this setup?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's why it looks complicated, but actually it's not. Okay. The concept is simple, but that's why it's a little bit convoluted to use it. But I've explained it, so hopefully now you understand why we are doing it. Okay. And so that's what this whole AI pipe business is. We are creating a pipe to Anand's server, which in turn has a pipe to AI, OpenAI, and then OpenAI is able to process your request, and then he sends it back to Anand's server, and Anand's server sends it back to you. So and we give you an allowance. We pay for it. We share that allowance with everyone. It's I think like $1 a month or something, or 10p a day or something like that, and we will increase it as required if you run out of tokens. Okay.
So we can use our own AI code editors.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can always use your own subscription keys. No, I mean I use my own as well. So you don't have to use ours. The main difference is if you're going to use your own, then you will have to configure the LLM CLI.
Yes,
which is the package. You will have to configure it to use your token, and use the appropriate plugin or the URL that is required to use it. Okay.
So I had a doubt about using AI. So it has come in the last 1 year. How was the course structure before that, and how has it changed? I was curious about that.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that after this session. Okay. We'll just deal with the more important things first.
Okay.
Okay,
Excuse me,
carry on.
What will be the validity period for this token? So
this token will last for you throughout the term. The only difference is the limits. There is a per day limit, and most likely there is a monthly limit, and it will be adjusted depending on what we see the usage is, right? So we don't have an unlimited budget, but if we find that the current limit is a bit too low, students are running into the bottleneck very quickly, then we will make some adjustments to it. But don't abuse it. It's a limited resource, and try to do all your work within the resource. And when I say try, we will actually give you some very good guidelines on how to do that. There are some common mistakes that students who are new to this sort of thing, when dealing with limited resources, some common pitfalls that they fall into. So what we will do is we'll show you some good practice, which will help you a lot in staying within the limit, because you will avoid those mistakes, which are very easy to do if you are not aware, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, Siddharth.
Sir, actually, according to the steps you given, I installed WSL.
Yeah.
But the thing is that after installing, whenever I start it, it doesn't ask anything. It's just means there is no prompt at all. It's just empty.
Okay. Can you share your screen so we can have a look at it, and
Yes,
then we'll try and figure out what the issue is.
Yes.
By the way, anyone on here can contribute, okay, to the solution. It doesn't have to come just from us, right? We will encounter many problems, many situations which we have not seen before. So feel free to pitch in if you know the answer or the solution to an issue.
So here it's successfully installed, but after that it didn't ask anything. When I start,
Okay, so I noticed there is some, if you show me your PowerShell screen once again, just quickly. There looks like there are some errors there, right?
no, sir. These errors are not. These just I did try to means
Okay.
launch
Yeah,
it.
it's not very. It's
You'll
not very
have to
clear.
restart.
Yes, I
You'll
think
have
I
to
go to
restart
go
the
to problem issues.
computer.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you could try WSL space -d space Ubuntu, or use the capital U. Could you use capital U, BU, and TU? Spelling is also incorrect.
Means
Also, can you just increase the size of your screen as well so that we can see it a bit more clearly? I think it's Control Plus or something to increase it, right?
One command I have pasted in the chat. Could you try on your PowerShell? Please open the new PowerShell, okay?
Okay, I will open this. I will close this. Sorry. This one.
Can I ask question in the meantime, sir?
Sir, something error.
Could you write WSL space -- list to see whether Ubuntu is installed or not?
The laptop needs to be restarted before.
Yeah, restart it.
Okay, sir, I will restart once.
Okay, anyone else have a question?
Sir, I was asking like I created a key and I did export equals that token, and what is I have to do again, sir?
So if you looked at have you looked at the instructions on AI pipe documentation? So after that, the next thing you have to do is you have to run the LLM package. Either you have to install the LLM package or you run it using UV. Have you installed UV on your system?
Oh No, I don't know what is it, sir?
Okay, so that's a good point then. Next thing we will show you is how to install UV on your system and run UV and what is UV. Jivraj, you want to talk them through that process of installing and what UV is?
Sure, sure.
Oh yeah, good point. So before he starts that, we will just take a 2-minute break. Okay, we've been running for an hour, so we'll just take a 2-minute break. You guys can, go to the, have some water break or something or anything, and then we'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt. Can I ask?
Yeah. Okay.
In the WSL, I have done the sudo apt update and upgrade, and I have installed VS Code. Is there anything in between UV and this thing that I should do?
Yeah, so UV is definitely something you would want to install. Just go through the week 1 contents,
Okay.
and you will see some of the tools that are valuable. So the NPX tool is a valuable tool, which it comes with NPM. So if you install NPM, you get NPX.
Okay.
So I really should say NPM. If you install NPM, that is something that will be valuable. Install the CLI LLM tool, which we were talking about just now.
Yes.
And Git is also important. Git is super important. In fact, you will not be able to do project and other things without Git.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Okay.
So we will go through. So once all these things, once today's setup is done, right, and the session is done, and everything is installed, then we will actually talk you through how to use some of these tools in the next session.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. And then as the term progresses, if there are any other things that we require, we will also make you aware of them. Yeah, so Node definitely. So to install Node, the best thing to do is install first npm, which is Node Package Manager, and then using the Node Package Manager, you can install a version of Node. Okay, it's a JavaScript library or JavaScript package manager basically. And then UV definitely you should install. It's an application that helps you to create the virtual environment, install dependencies, all in an automated manner. Okay, it's much better than using pip, and it's highly recommended that you use UV. In fact, some project deployments may require UV as well. So UV is, I would say, super essential. Then, yeah, obviously Python 3, no doubt. Do we need VS Code? Can we use NVim? So the reason we suggest VS Code is we demonstrated this in a little bit in the last session, and that is we wanted you to get used to using agentic mode in VS Code. Okay, so VS Code enables something called agentic mode. If you haven't seen what it is, it will blow your mind. Okay, it's absolutely incredible, powerful feature that has now come to VS Code. Can NVim use it? I don't know. I have not really. I don't know if there is a plugin available for Vim that allows you to have agentic use in it. If you can get a plugin that allows you agent use in a Vim, then sure, why not? But we will be mostly for our purposes, for students' ease of use, and because VS Code is basically the industry de facto standard. When I say de facto standard, it's the most widely used tool. Okay, there is actually statistical information on that, so we're not just making this out of thin air, right? It's the most widely used tool. So because of that, we will be showing VS Code in all the work that we do. But yeah, agent mode is the main star of the show there. And of course, you get lots of fantastic extensions that make your life easier. So. Right, so 4:10 we will be back. Okay? It's 4:08 now. 4:10 we will be back.
Yes, Jivraj, you are on.
Thanks for confirming. Okay. So I was going to tell about how you can install the UV package manager. So this is installation guide. This is particularly for Mac OS or Linux. So this would work for both of them. And if you have installed curl, if you find that curl is already there on your system, which you can check using curl hyphen v, sorry, uh, version or something like that. So curl is already available on your machine with 8.5.0 version. Okay. So the way to install UV is just copy this particular line. And if curl is not there on your system, and then if wget is there, then use that one. And if you are using it inside Ubuntu, so that is Linux, okay? So use this one. Don't go for this one. And if you are doing it within PowerShell, then use this one. Okay.
Sir,
So
I have
use
a
this
doubt.
one if
Somebody, hello.
yeah. Yes, you're right.
Somebody has suggested using Homebrew for these installation. Is that a recommended way, or we should do it this way?
Yeah, you can even use Homebrew. This is also on the official page. So these are different ways.
Okay, sir.
And then UV also provides a containerized version. So this also you can pull particular image of UV. So if you want to work inside containers, someone is interested in that. So these are different ways. Cargo, I don't know what it is used for. Anyways,
Sir, can I download it from Snap uh, sudo snap install Astral UV?
I don't recommend Snap. Okay. I know that some people may use Snap and things, but either the CLI or Homebrew. Okay. I don't recommend Snap for that.
that is also fine.
Okay, sir.
I don't even have any problems with the issue or some other issues that you're facing.
One student asked for the setup WSL. You could show the update command for them.
Update command for?
Yes, you do apt update. I think Mohit has asked. Who has asked?
So probably when you set up new machine, sometimes you might have to do update or upgrade. So this is way to update your machine, and then upgrade is yeah, this. So this is a upgrade operation. Expression or will be doing so character derivation. But together we won't be doing it. Try to explore, do it yourself, or it will be much more easier, and you will be able to debug it. And if there is some issue, then we had such kind of meetings. Browser possibility, etc.
Okay, one thing that would be useful is
Yeah,
if
it
you
will get
guys
very
answer, if you answer the poll, that would be very useful so that we know what exactly we are looking at. If you're going to be using Windows exclusively, that's when you would choose the first option. And if you are the person who has voted for using only Windows, I would like to hear from that person why you would choose only Windows, given that the recommendation is to use Linux for everything or an equivalent. No, I mean, I'm not criticizing you. I just want to know the reason. That's all, because our support for you will not be as because all the sessions we will be using Linux or some equivalent of it. So I just want to get a sense of why you will be using Windows exclusively.
Obviously, a familiarity question, sir. Because the most of the laptops that I've used are actually Windows all throughout the years.
Yeah. So you're the one, is it, Mohit, that you'll be using Windows only
yes, sir.
for Windows? Okay. So
although I do have Ubuntu, I do have the OS of my laptop is actually Windows, sir.
Okay. So yeah. So again, the reason I asked was why. So because what will happen is if you run into issues, right? All our sessions that we are doing going forward, and it will get tougher. Okay, this is just set up and getting things, your system ready. When you run into issues, right, particularly with PowerShell, our ability to help you will be very limited. So you will have to then, whoever is using Windows exclusively, by Windows I mean the PowerShell environment. If you're going to be using PowerShell environment, you will have to use some other resources. Obviously, GPT will be a fantastic one for that. But know that some things cannot be completely solved in Windows only. Okay, so there are some packages that do not run in Windows at all. So in those circumstances, even Docker for that matter, right? Docker still requires a hypervisor running in the background that can launch a Linux subshell. So even Docker does not use Windows directly. It uses a backend of Linux to run its code base. So that's something you should just be aware of. You will run into challenges, and we may have limited ability to support you. So that's why I wanted to check the question.
So there's a particular question that is there a possibility that we can have in a Windows laptop, which is a bit old, can we have Linux running side by side? Like, I mean, I have seen some videos that's stating that we can use Linux through a pen drive or something.
Yeah, you can do that. Those are called, so there are Linux that boot from a pen drive. So you can do that as well. That also works. The other option is you can have, what you call for it, the VirtualBox. Yeah,
so,
VirtualBox.
My laptop, my laptop doesn't support virtual machine. I'm trying to buy one, but if it isn't possible, I'm thinking of a different solution that downloading it in a pen drive. I would be using Linux for Docker.
Okay. So VirtualBox, so there are some reasons why it might not be running if it's an older machine. Part of the reason is sometimes in your Windows, you might have enabled a hypervisor of some sort without you realizing it. Okay. And in that situation, VirtualBox will have some issues running with Windows. So
I did all the research, sir. The thing was, it was enabled from BIOS, then I got to know the process about how to do it from BIOS. When I did it from BIOS, the option was not able. Then I searched for my particular model. Then it states that it doesn't allow any virtual machines. I mean, like it doesn't have any system to support virtual machining.
Yeah. So still, yeah, it may be a very specific use case in your situation that's causing the issue. So, but I've encountered lots of issues in the past in my history with VirtualBox, but most of the time I found a solution and a reason for it. And typically it's because there is some Windows component that is causing VirtualBox not to run. So then what happened is I realized if I disable certain features in Windows, okay, so one of them is like memory integrity check, something like that, okay, some obscure things like that. When you disable those some specific things, then it enables you to run VirtualBox. But of course, it's a lot of hassle. But the better option, like you said, is launching Ubuntu through a pen drive, or not just Ubuntu. You can use some lightweight OS to do it. Ubuntu is actually a little bit heavyweight OS. You can use some Debian-based lightweight OS that can launch from a pen drive. So that also.
Thank you for the guidance, sir. I will see about it. I mean, like if I can, I mean, like turn on my virtual machine, and then I will do it. And I will, if not, then I will think of something like pen drive or something. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So 3 votes for Windows. Anybody else wants to just enlighten us on why you are choosing to Windows? So one is old hardware, I understand. Even in that case, Linux is probably a better option to move to, unless
Sir,
you need. Yeah.
if I may so interrupt, I would also like to add a point that even though I do have Windows, I do have a lot of terminals on my hand right now. Olama,
Okay.
JIT, and
Yeah.
there's Ubuntu as well, like I mentioned before, and
Yeah.
some 2-3 more.
Okay.
Will that be a bit of a problem?
No, there's no problem. See, the only reason I asked the question is later down the line, if you run into a problem, right? Tomorrow, let's say a project is due and something is not working in your system, right? Then there is very limited scope for us to make allowance for your issue. At the end of
Yes,
the
sir.
day, we need a deliverable. If you can't provide the deliverable, then there is limited support available from us from that perspective. This is all I'm saying. So it's just
Yes, sir.
something to be aware of, okay? And then you shouldn't turn around and say, no, they didn't help me, no one is helping me. Well, you've been kind of forewarned that all these
Yes.
tools are going to be running better on Linux, right?
Yes, sir. So to recapitulate, I have to install Ubuntu, then install WSL within the Ubuntu environment, and then run the tools that are mentioned on the course page, right, sir?
So WSL is called Windows Subsystem for Linux.
Yes, yes. It's like a bridge between Windows and Linux, right?
Yeah. And then what you do is you install a distro that you find you're comfortable with. Suggestion is Ubuntu because that's the easy thing to use for most people. The apt package manager is a fairly straightforward and common thing that most people are used to. But we do have no restrictions that way. Any Linux distro will work, but yeah, Bill Gates will not be happy. Actually, you'll be surprised, right? Many of the Microsoft employees in Microsoft, right? Many of their servers, you would think they would run a lot of their backend using only exclusively Microsoft server hardware, right? That's not true. I think
They
something
would use
like
a combination of 2 or 3 server companies.
correct. Yeah, they use Linux also on their certain systems. In fact, almost half their systems, critical systems, use Linux.
And Microsoft is not one of them.
Yeah, and some Microsoft servers they do run because obviously they create a server software as well. But yeah, even they use Linux for many of their major critical systems. So yeah, so if Microsoft themselves use it, then that should give you some clue as to how important it is to be A, familiar with Linux, and B, to use it regularly and for all the packages that you will require.
Let me guess, the Mahodamo one supercomputer that Microsoft developed, it doesn't use any Microsoft-based subsystems, right?
Not sure. I don't know. It might be true about that.
Sir?
Yeah, go ahead, Siddharth.
Sir, is it is it necessary to use VirtualBox or is it okay with Windows WSL?
WSL is fine. VirtualBox was only for people that have a real issue with WSL. If for some reason they are not able to get it running, then you can use VirtualBox. The main difference, okay, there are two main differences I can say. VirtualBox is slower, but for most use cases that we use tools in data science for, it will be fine. It's also a little more trickier to get set up VirtualBox. But once you get it set up, there is one main advantage VirtualBox has over WSL. It is completely isolated from your Windows environment. So WSL, by its very nature, is kind of got its footprints all over your Windows. Okay, it has access to your drives. It can modify system files. So if things get messy in WSL, there is some risk that it can infect. When I say I use the word infect, I don't mean it like a virus or something, but it does have the possibility of corrupting your Windows in certain situations. Okay, mainly because it's got its feet inside Windows somewhere. But VirtualBox has a major advantage. It is kind of sandboxed. Whatever happens inside your VirtualBox virtual machine is completely isolated from your Windows. So even if you screw up the VirtualBox installation and everything goes haywire, you have two options. You can create snapshots in VirtualBox, which is great. WSL doesn't have snapshots. So you can revert back to an older snapshot that works where you haven't screwed up everything. Or the other option is you can destroy it and remake it. And still you won't have affected anything on your Windows system. So that isolation is a fairly big advantage. I have used VirtualBox extensively in the past, so I have a lot of experience with it, and I found it very helpful for practicing creating various virtual labs that do lots of complicated things. So creating some series of virtual labs in there is a fun task. VirtualBox is slow. There is a couple of reasons for that. Okay, you can actually make it fast, believe it or not. And it can be almost as fast as you not noticing a difference. The reason has to do with how you configure it. Out the box, many virtual machines that are installed in VirtualBox, if you have not installed the extensions, and B, there are certain things in Windows you have to configure. If you configure them correctly, then VirtualBox is able to use the virtualization acceleration features on your hardware. And then that becomes very fast. Okay. But if you just use the bog standard installation and don't do the configuration properly, then it will be very slow. So this again comes only from experience. I don't expect you guys to be spending a lot of time debugging that. So I don't want to really take a lot of time on how to set up VirtualBox so that it's fast for you. It's something you can research and find out. This has come only through my experience. So VirtualBox can be fast, but it requires some configuring. Then it can be very, very fast.
One more thing to add. If your CPU support virtualization, then VirtualBox will work good for you. Okay, so if you have old hardware, that would be a problem for you.
Yeah, that's a great point. So if you don't have virtualization support from your hardware, then VirtualBox will run slow. There'll be a little turtle icon that shows it's running in an emulated mode. So it's emulating everything rather than virtualizing. So virtualizing is much faster than emulation. So that's a good point, Ritik. Thanks.
Sir, if I think from chat, many students are new to the WSL or Linux system. Do we have any session on that? Means basics there?
We don't specifically have a session on basic system command type things because this course is not for that. What I would suggest is once you have WSL and the packages that we mentioned installed, then as you solve the GAs, if you encounter issues, then you can first of all, you can use something like the LLM CLI tool to help you find out what commands to run to solve certain kinds of problems. Or you can use GPT or anything of that sort. So that would be the approach I would suggest. And we have a virtual TDS TA. We mentioned this in our first session. My strong suggestion is to use that tool because it is trained on our data for TDS, including, I believe, it's also the transcripts of the videos from past terms and things of that sort. So it's fairly fine-tuned for our use case. Use the virtual GPT for TDS. Okay. Yes, Ravikant, go ahead. Ravikant, you can go ahead. You're not audible, so okay. So CP1252, I think it is from Windows, I believe. Windows uses some weird encodings for certain things. So you will come across these situations in your professional life. So that's why it's worthwhile watching that video. It's actually a very useful video. It's a small, seems like a seemingly small thing, but you will encounter in your professional work life a situation where you can't figure out for the life of you why something is not working, and something like encoding might be the problem that you're facing.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yes, Ravi, you're audible.
Sir, I have installed UVX. Can I show once?
So when you say you've installed UVX, you mean you've installed UV, right? Not UVX.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So for those of you who are not aware, if you search for UVX, sometimes you may get some misleading information. Even from GPT, you might get some misleading information because GPT is trained on older data, right? So there is a library called UVX, which is different from UV, okay? But there is also a command in UV called UVX. So hence the confusion, right? So just be aware of the difference. UVX library, Python library, is not what we are talking about. I made the same mistake myself, but it has been deprecated and it has been, their name has changed to something called UVENV. But that's not what we are talking about in this particular TDS subject. We are talking about the command UVX that you will run inside UV. So just be aware of those differences. Okay?
Yeah, can you once, is my screen?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Is my terminal visible?
It says UVX not found, but you have to install UV. Have you installed UV? Yeah, okay. Installed. OpenAI chat. Resolving dependencies. Yeah, it worked, right? It says, hello, how can I assist you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that works for you, yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir, okay, sir, I will stop.
Sure. Okay, so question is, WSL has footprints all over my drive. So if I install UVX on Windows, can I access it on WSL or not? No, typically not. If you install UV on Windows, it will not be accessible via WSL. The installations are separate for those two things, right? So do any package installation in your WSL. Don't do it on your Windows. Try and keep your Windows free of installing various packages. And by the way, it's not UVX, it's UV, okay? So install UV on WSL.
So why it's written UVX there?
It's a command within UV, okay? No, yeah. Tejas, don't install PyPy UVX. That is a completely different package. Just remove that package. You don't need that package. And in fact, it's been deprecated. So don't use PyPy UVX. When we talk about UVX, it's a command within UV. Okay? So that was a good question because I've made the same mistake myself also. Okay. Any other questions?
Sir, I've installed LLM, but I'm not able to proceed.
Okay, can you show your screen, Ashish, and let's see, find out what the issue is.
Okay, sir, I'm sharing.
Also, another thing is make sure you guys all have installed Git, okay?
So I installed LLM using pip install LLM, and
Okay, so you're using PowerShell, right? You have not used, you're not done it inside your,
Ubuntu. We have to do it in Ubuntu.
yeah. Everything that we're talking about, you have to do it inside your Ubuntu, okay? Not inside your Windows.
Okay.
Right. So one of the issues here is you haven't installed Python according to this in your Ubuntu. So you probably have to install Python, right?
So
Yeah. So you have to install Python on your Ubuntu.
so which command should I give, sir?
So if you go to, I think if you go to Python's website, it will give you the command for installing Python, or it may be in the apt package manager also. So if you go sudo apt install Python 3, most likely it will be there. It's been a while since I have done it myself, so I'll have to look up the documentation myself to see what it's.
Okay.
Download. Just try sudo apt install Python.
Sudo apt Python 3 pip.
Yeah, install. You have to install. You have to say install.
Yes, sudo apt install Python
and
3.
Python 3. Yeah, and it will get you the latest version of Python usually. And as far as LLM goes, you can pip install it. Okay, so it does have 3.312 already installed, so that is there. Okay. So instead of pip, then maybe you should use pip 3 probably.
Okay.
I think. Also, it could be that pip 3 is not installed system wide on your system, so that could be another reason as well. Can use pipx, yeah, possibly. Yeah, so pip is not installed on your path, so that's why you're getting that error. You can use, yeah, it's like John suggested, you can use pipx, but so if you install, you'll have to install the pip module, I think.
I think, sir.
Again, we'll have to look up the
He
document.
has installed the UV. UV has some issue with the environment, so pipex works, sir.
Okay. Give that a try, Ashish. Pipex install UV. Yeah. But wouldn't we have to have installed pipex already?
Yeah, just from the last line.
Yes, to install pipex. Yeah. Sudo apt install pipex. Yeah. Then after that, use pipex to install UV.
So UV I have installed. In this LLM I have not installed.
Yeah, but UV was installed on the PowerShell, right? So that's why. This you have to install it in your Ubuntu. UV. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It says it's already done, is it? That's installed now, globally available. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, so then you should be able to use pipex to install LLM most likely. If not, you can always use UV to run any LLM packages. Yeah, great. So LLM is now globally available, so that's fine.
So
Now you have to configure it. right? So remember earlier we were talking about getting your token, AI pipe token.
Yeah. I have copied the code token. So
yeah. So you just have to export it to those variables inside your Ubuntu and give it the right URL. And once you do those two things, you will be able to run LLM from the CLI.
Sir, how to do those things?
So go to tools in data science, go to that LLM, go to LLM, the third one. Third one, yeah. And there you see it says AI pipe documentation on the right side. In the main page, large language model main. Yeah. So AI pipe documentation. You see there's read the AI pipe documentation. If you scroll down, right? So there, scroll down, keep going. I mean, you will have to get a token, that's true. But there are the commands, okay? You export the token and put your token where it says $AI pipe token, and then export the URL.
In place of this, I will paste my
Put your token. Yeah, but you have to not put the $sign. Okay, you have to like put the token from the equal to sign.
To replace this thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
In Linux, dollar means that's the name of the variable. That's why it says $AI pipe token.
Okay, sir, I will do.
That's what you do, and then you run the command there.
Okay, we have to run both the command.
So either one of those. So you have to export both the variables, but you have to. But running the command, you can run either of the commands below. See, it says you can run, and has since you have installed UV, you can run the command below. You see, it says now you can run, and it says UVX Open API. So that's one way of doing it. Yeah.
No, I was talking about these two commands.
Yes, yeah. You have to run those two commands because that exports the variable to your system.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, and this is all within Ubuntu. Okay, not in your PowerShell. None of these are in PowerShell. Everything that we say is always within Ubuntu, except for obviously installing WSL.
Sorry, I mistakenly.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's the first time you're doing it, right? So we understand. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? So today's session was mainly just to get you started up and running. Okay. Next session onwards, we will start working through some of the questions in the week, and we'll talk you through some of the tools, how to use it, and we'll then eventually we'll also start talking. Once we do the week 3 LLM module, then we will start talking about how to do project as well. So Bhavana, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Good evening. My question regarding I'm new in all these things actually.
Yeah. Okay.
How do we start these things?
Yeah. So yeah, I have answered this in the previous session, and I will make the video available very shortly.
The session it's going on yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday's session. Yeah. So there I've explained in a little more detail how to approach it. As far as how you get started, you start with week 1. Okay, week 1, you watch all the videos. There are several videos there. If you have no experience with coding and you're not from that kind of background, it will take time. Okay, it's not something that will happen very quickly.
Some notes, seeing the video or making a notes.
So yeah.
Sir,
so
at the end of the session, for 10 to 15 minutes, I could summarize the WSL and the basics, so that I think many students are new to these things, command line interface.
That's fine. Yeah. So apart from watching the videos, I strongly suggest don't just passively watch them. Try out what is mentioned in the videos. Try it physically yourself and see how you can do it on your system. Try to replicate what they are doing. Practice some.
We do seeing the video and do something simultaneously.
Yes, yes. You should watch the video and try it out. Yes. Only by practicing it, you will actually get to grips with it. Okay. If you don't try it out, you won't make mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you will not understand why something is happening or not happening. And a big resource, I will tell you, very valuable resource, is to use the virtual GPT. Okay. So if you have a look on the screen, if you go to the bottom of the main page, right, you'll see people who help you, right? So you got the faculty and the instructors and the teaching assistants, and here you'll see something called virtual TA. So this is a GPT that we have created. It has used RAG, an RAG system, which what it means by that is it has a reference material of all our TDS has been uploaded into it. Okay, all the reference materials, all the past question papers, all the whatever you can think of in terms of past videos, transcripts, and all sorts of things have been put into it. So it is fine-tuned to answer questions specifically related with TDS. Okay, I highly recommend you use this tool. And as you use it more and more, use it to ask questions, right? So tell it, so if you wanted, for example, if I look on here and I say, okay, I don't understand how to install, WSL, right? So then you can say, okay, how do I install WSL on my system? And then you ask it that question and give you some answer and give you step-by-step knowledge of how to do it. And then if you encounter any errors, you put it in here and it will also tell you how to solve the errors. The next thing you can also do is you can say, for example, let's say you tried to use UV, okay, and you don't know what UV is and all that sort. So you can say, okay, can you briefly explain what UV is and how it works? I am completely new to coding, so keep it simple, right? And if you prompt it this way, right, so it'll give you a brief explanation. It'll say, okay, UV is a tool that installs Python packages. That's true. It's like a faster, modern version of pip. That's very good. That's it's exactly what I would have said. And then how does it work, right? And it gives you some examples. So it really helps you in a very simple way to get through some of these things. And something that I've not tried with, particularly with the TDS teaching assistant, but I know like GPT, for example, some of you may have language is an issue, right? So you might find explanations in English not so clear. You can use your own natural mother tongue to speak to GPT, and it will be able to respond to you in your own native language also.
Okay. It can also explain in Hindi or in other language.
Yeah. So GPT can do that. I'm not specifically sure about the TDS teaching assistant, but I know for sure that GPT is able to do those things very, very well. So one real life example I'll tell you. So I had gone to visit a business and I was trying to solve a business problem for them. The staff all spoke Malayalam. Okay, I don't speak Malayalam, so I have no idea, and they are not able to speak in English. So how do we deal with that situation, right? So I asked the question to, I told GPT what my question was in English. It translated in perfect Malayalam what the question was to them. And they responded in Malayalam, and GPT told me exactly their response in English. It was real time. So it wasn't like, awkward to use. So it is really fantastic. It's phenomenal. Okay. So make use of the tool. I particularly emphasize using the TDS teaching assistant because it's fine-tuned on our system. But if language is an issue, right, particularly if you're not used to coding and things of that sort, and it's not something you natively understand it, then sometimes learning it in your own mother tongue is actually useful, right? So it will help you understand the concepts better. So that's one suggestion I would strongly advise. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
GA deadline is 18th May. That sounds correct. Let's have a look. Yeah, it says 18th May, so it must be 18th May. Something else to keep in mind, GAs are worth 15%, okay? So it's a substantial part of your grade. and then the rest, project 1 is 20, ROE is 20, project 2 is 20, and then end term is 25. Okay.
So one issue after that, I'm not able to do it. I'm getting an error.
What is this specifically regarding?
Regarding that LLM API. So I ran that to code, export code, but it's throwing error.
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Yeah. So after doing these two, export open API, and I pasted my this
Yeah.
token
So there is
from
a
here.
okay. So there is a mistake straight away. I noticed.
Okay.
So if you go back to your code, right? So where you say dollar API token, right? But what is the key you exported, right? If you look on there, you can see export. What is the name of your key? It's OpenAI API key, right?
Yeah.
So that is the variable you should use there. But you have put dollar AI pipe token. Do you see the error?
So what actually we
So
have to do?
no. So do you see the where it says UVX LLM dash M GPT 4o mini and you put key? I go to that previous command, right? Just press the clear this command you have from here, right? Yeah, this one, right? So you see where you say key, you have given the wrong variable name there, right? The actual variable that you have to use is what you have exported, which is OpenAI underscore API key.
Okay. No. We
Yeah.
have to put the name of the variable.
Yeah. We have given the wrong variable name, right?
Okay. So instead of this, I have to use. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. Okay.
A dollar you forgot because it is a variable, it is not a string. So
yeah.
if you
So you have to
place a
put
dollar, it will know that it is not a string, it is a variable, so it will substitute internally.
Okay. So it says invalid key. Okay. So where did you get the key from?
I get from here.
So you got it from OpenAI. So then you have to, this method will not work. Okay. The method we documented is for the AI proxy. So AI proxy, as I explained earlier, were you there earlier in the session where I explained how AI proxy
Yeah,
works?
I saw, but I didn't get how to do it.
Okay.
It was
So
asked
if
for
you're
me.
okay, so if you're using the key directly from OpenAI, then you have to use a different method. Okay, and that different method Ritik had shown earlier. Okay, which is there is a special command you give to set the key.
LLM, something like that was.
You can
Yes.
scroll down. You can scroll down. It is written below. Okay.
Yeah.
You can scroll down. It is written here.
Yeah.
LLM key
There.
set open.
Yeah. So you have to do this command instead. So your process is a little bit different. Okay. And the only other thing is your OpenAI base URL also is going to be different. It's not going to be AI pipe. Yeah.
So
Because yeah. So you have to set the key. That's one thing. Okay. I mean, you'll have to set the key here. See, you've set key set open API, but you don't put the key in the command itself. You put the key over here where it's asked you for the key.
Okay, we have to paste it here. It's not taking.
Yeah, it takes, but it doesn't show you. It's a security feature. So ideally, you should not show your key to everyone.
You need to press Control Shift V. Okay, after copying it. For copying from terminal, you need to press Control Shift C. Okay.
Uh, can you please tell me from the scratch? Not not able to do these things.
Yeah, just
So
copy the. Yeah, go to the site and copy this part. Okay.
So this part, or we have to
Yeah,
copy the
enter,
whole.
enter. Press
Okay.
enter.
Okay.
Control Shift V. Okay. Or yeah, press
Control Shift
and
V.
press enter. Yeah, now all the commands will work.
Yeah, the only thing is his URL, I think, is not going to be right. Yeah, because he has changed his URL, I believe. He has changed it to OpenAI, right? I mean, as into AI pipe. He'll have to use the URL for GPT directly because it's an OpenAI key. No, you can't use a Gemini model. You will have so there are various models. I think you don't understand what's the difference between using different
Just
models,
remove.
right?
Yeah, just remove the all the parts. Means press up arrow key and remove everything. Yeah, remove up to 2+2. Remove up to 2+2. Yeah, just press enter.
Yeah. So the reason it's not going to work, like I said, is because you have changed your base URL. It's now currently set on AI pipe instead of OpenAI. So you would have to change it back to OpenAI to be able to use it, use their API.
So how can I do that, sir?
Yeah. So I'm just looking up what their URL is. Because initially when you changed it, right, it was to use our proxy rather than to use OpenAI.
Maybe a simple thing. He can close and redo the same thing. The export will vanish, I think, because
Yeah,
it
that
is
also
not
is true.
in not bash RC.
Yeah, that's true. Because you use export, it will variable will vanish, but still it'll be good to know what the. Yeah, you can do that. That's a simple solution for now.
So from where we have to do it, sir?
Yeah, the LLM key, the same for command.
Okay. Now Control Shift V.
Yeah. Could you copy again from the OpenAPI?
Okay.
The OpenAPI key. Yeah, the copy it and then try again.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion, Medwar Rapu, to put it in Bash RC. So insufficient quota. So yeah, you don't have. Have you paid for the key?
What, sir?
Have you paid for this key that you generated from OpenAI?
No, I just copied the process that's someone explained in this session.
Okay. See, we thought you're using your own
No.
OpenAI key. Okay.
No.
So if that is the case, then you should use the AI pipe process that we mentioned earlier.
So that was too fast for a beginner. I was not able to.
You were not able to follow. Okay. Kritik,
Yeah.
can you just show him again, please? He'll share.
Fast API, that part is also not working because I am not allowed to that. But you can go to the GitHub link.
Yeah. Go go to the top, yeah, and go to that blue color icon. Yeah, okay, AI pipe documentation. That's fine. Go there. And here you go to that HTTP, yeah, and then log in, sign in. This is the key you get, okay? So copy this,
Okay.
okay? And now here you will have to export the variable that you wanted, like we are showing you earlier. So
What was
you'll have
that?
to type, just type export and just put a open, yeah. And if you put there,
This key.
if you to type export OpenAI underscore API underscore key,
Open API
underscore API underscore key,
is equal to.
yeah.
Yeah, now I paste it.
Yeah, so it, one second. Where am I? So it's not, it should say OpenAI, okay? OpenAI. OpenAI. You don't have to delete everything. Okay. Right, okay, just OpenAI. No, OpenAI, one word. OpenAI.
Before.
Yeah, OpenAI,
API.
and it should say OpenAI underscore API underscore key. Yeah. Then paste your key there. Yeah. So that's the first variable you have to export. Then the second variable that you have to export is OpenAI underscore base underscore URL.
OpenAI underscore base.
Yeah, export. You have to export it.
Okay, okay.
It's a variable that you have to create.
Yeah, same variable.
No. This is a different variable, right? It's a different thing. Is I think you don't understand what is happening right now, right?
No,
That's why you're
no.
confused. Yeah.
Everything is going bouncer.
Yeah. I understand you don't really understand what's happening. So we'll have to spend some time talking to you about this separately. Okay. So yeah. So the command here is OpenAI underscore base underscore URL.
OpenAI
underscore base underscore URL. Okay. And then equal to. And then what I'll do is I'll paste in the chat window. You can see the URL. That's the URL you have to put there.
So which one?
The one that, yeah, that's the URL. Copy that URL. Okay. Yeah.
Enter.
So hit enter. Yeah. Now what you have done is these two variables, right? You have created these variables in your Linux machine, and you have assigned them something. So you understand what variables are in Python, right?
Yeah.
So that's exactly the same thing, but the difference is you have done it on the Linux system. Okay. So now your application. So in Python, what happens is you run your application. Now it reads your variables and it does some processing, right?
Yeah.
So same way, this LLM is a package. Okay, some application. It's actually a Python application. So when you run this Python application, it will pick up these variables from your Linux machine, and it will know, first of all, where it needs to go to, which is the AI proxy, and it will also know what key to use, which is what the key you have here. So now you can try LLM and then give the commands. Are you still getting an invalid token token. Was there a space after your? You have to be careful for spaces and things. Just press the up arrow key and go to that export OpenAI API key. Yeah, hit the up arrow one more time. One more time. One more time. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So just press the backspace one.
No, it's removing.
No, that's fine. So C is there, right? Okay. I'm not sure why your E is not working. That's unusual. Okay. Let me just check something. Okay. Okay, you have UV installed on your system, right?
Yeah, yes.
Just type UVX LLM.
Sir, excuse me. Hello?
Hello, yeah.
Sir, I'm in flight right now. Can you tell me the link? If you on YouTube, this filming will be on YouTube.
I can't quite hear what you're saying.
Sir, I'm asking this recording to be on YouTube.
It will, yeah, we will upload it, yeah.
Sir, can you share the link?
It's not streaming at the moment, but we will be uploading it. The link itself is given on the main page of the tools in data science, okay? So you can subscribe to the channel, and as soon as you subscribe, as soon as we upload the video, it will inform you that the video has been uploaded.
Okay, because actually right now I'm in a flight. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, sure. Okay, no worries. It'll be on, like I said, if you go to the tools in data science page, on there is a link at the bottom of the main page.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, what the error is here, right? I'm not entirely sure. It says in the database. Okay, let me check something.
Okay, sir.
Okay, instead of single quotes, I don't know if this will make a difference or not. Try using double quotes for the.
This what is 2 plus 2?
Yeah. Just try using double quotes. I don't think it should make a difference, but I'm just curious. No, same problem. Okay. So I'm looking at their documentation here. Okay, try typing LLM space chat. I'll paste the command in your in the window we have used, etc. Okay, that's good. Try now typing something like any sort of. This is a normal chat with GPT. So just try chatting something. Interesting. So there is some kind of issue. Has anyone else encountered this problem? Anyone on this session, have you tried it and encountered this problem?
Sir, I've not tried it yet, but the API key seems to be from the OpenAI still. The SK project are generally for the OpenAI keys, the bearer. And what we are trying, are from the AI pipe.
But we have set the, okay. I thought we set the variables already. Let me. Okay. Okay, we'll do one thing. Ashish, right? Is it Ashish?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you do post this into discourse, this issue you faced, and just only that last error, that you found initially, not this chat one, but the previous one. Remember when we had done, but don't put the key in there. Okay, just put everything except the bearer and all that key details. Don't put in there. Just put is in till there, and then you can put is invalid and JWS invalid. Put that part as well. Okay, and just post it in discourse. The reason is I'll reply back to that once I figure out what the issue is. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because I've not encountered this error before, so we'll have to see what that is. Some configuration issue is most likely the issue, but we have exported the keys, so I don't understand why LLM is not picking up the fact that the exports from those keys that have been set up. So it's something I'll have to check with Anand and see, and he maybe has some little more insight into it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Cool.
Sir,
Did we use AI proxy or AI pipe? So it's AI pipe, it should be, right? That's what it is. Re-exporting correct API or deleting old variable might help. Yeah, those are various things that can be tried through. We'll have to check and see. What I want to do first is I want to try it out myself. And once I check it out, make sure it's working correctly, then we'll touch base with Ashish and see if we can get it working. Okay. We may just have a small private session sometime later, okay, Ashish, just to sort out your issue.
Sir, one question regarding the enter in GitHub in my personal email.
We don't have any stipulation about GitHub using what email you want. But I know other courses in the program will require you to use like your student email. So for us, it's okay. Because what will happen is during the time of submission, we'll ask you for which GitHub URL you want us to use. So we are not overly concerned about GitHub being in your email name. Yeah. Hrithik makes a good point, Ashish. You definitely need to learn some basics about the Linux CLI, okay? It will help you understand what's going on and figure out why these errors and why you are even typing these commands in, okay? There is a video, I think, in the week 1. It says terminal, if you go to terminal bash, and there are 2 videos there, okay? It's a bit long, but there's a good reason why it's long. It's 75 minutes long. It will help you understand the basics of bash. It's kind of like saying you need to understand the basics of Python to use Python, right? So in the same sort of way, I would recommend to everyone who's on this session, better you watch that basics video, even though it's 75 minutes long. Understand what bash is, because it's kind of you can say it's a kind of programming language, okay? It's actually a shell, an interactive shell, but it's a type of language with which you communicate with the Linux machine, okay? And that will help you understand why you're typing these commands and what these commands are actually doing. Having that understanding will actually help you in doing this course much easier. So, but Ashish's specific problem is that there is some issue with the LLM configuration. So we'll have to figure out why that is. Next topic agenda, we will actually start going through the tools. So in the sense that we will start using the tools, we'll start looking at the GA questions and explaining how you can solve them and things like that. There's a question that requires Excel, doesn't work in Google Sheets. How do you solve this? Yeah. So Excel question, that's a very good question, John. So the question with Excel, you have to get Excel. You may say, well, how do I get Excel? Go to Microsoft 365 website, and on the Microsoft 365 website, you can subscribe to the free version of Microsoft 365, and the 365 will provide you Excel, and then you can use it to solve the problem. Okay, does that answer your question, John? Hello, John? Is there an online website? Yeah. 365, Microsoft 365.
Sir, are there more questions which would require Microsoft 365 apart from that?
Some later modules do, but it's free anyway, so it's no cost to you.
Right. Okay.
But you should use the latest version, right? And the latest version comes from Microsoft 365.
Yeah, I tried using Excel 2021. It did not work on that.
Yeah. So that's the reason you have to use the latest version.
Sir, then I tried asking Gemini. It was able to give me the answer.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, whatever works, right? If it works for you, that's great.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what really TDS is about. We want you to get the answer. We don't care how you get the answer. Okay.
Okay, sir. Perfect.
So if I'm getting the answer for LLM, what is 2 plus 2? But for the question given in J, if I do, it is throwing an error. Okay. Let's have a quick look at what the question is. So can you, what question is it, Madhavan?
Sir, good evening, sir. So I've installed that LLM and I've got the key from that AI pipe thing, sir.
Yeah.
When I'll share my screen, sir. 1 minute.
Yeah. Which question is it?
So in that GA1, there is an question number 17 actually.
Embedding.
Yes, sir. That thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, your screen is visible.
So now, if I do this, I'm getting the answer thing, sir.
Sure. Yeah,
So
it's
this
working
means that
fine.
I've done the correct process now, sir.
Yeah.
But now if I paste this command,
Okay.
it is showing some errors.
Yeah. So the error is probably going to say embed is not a command or something like that, right? I know found. Yeah. So the reason probably is, I think you have to use a plugin for the embed command. So before we even do that, what we'll do is, I think if you say, there should be, I remember it in the video, there was a command you can give LLM to tell you what all the valid commands are.
LLM minus help, minus help, I guess, sir.
Yeah, so let's have a look. So there is embed. So embed text and store or return the result. Yeah, okay. So, and the command, what was the command you used earlier? You used just press the up key. Let me just look at the up key. You do demand, then C is the dash C. I think C is the command and is the model. Okay. What we'll have to do is, let's have a look at what embed, how to use embed actually. So system from, I'm just looking up the documentation for LLM. So if you go to llm.dataset.io, I'll just share it with you. So that's what I'm referring to. This one. Okay, that's the documentation for the package LLM. And there, so if you look under embedding section on the left hand side, it says embeddings. Most likely we'll have to have a look at this and see.
Okay.
Yeah, so dash C is an option that is the content that you're providing. Okay, so dash M is the model. Okay, that's fine. So it should have worked, but it isn't working.
Sir, I think it is the issue with the model.
With the model, is it 3 small, 3 dash small? Try some other model just to be, I'm just curious. We can just try
Because
another
the
model.
same command is working in me in, I'm using Llama 3.2 model.
Yeah, okay. Try a different model, Madhavan.
So now what should I change here, sir?
Just for trying out, just try like 4.0 mini or something. And okay, one more thing is you can find out what models are available by using, I think there's a models command. If you use the models command, LLM, I think embed models. If you use LLM embed models, it will tell you what models are available, I think. It's got to be one embed dash models. So one keyword.
Is it correct, sir?
Yeah. Try that. Okay. So these are the models that are available. So 3 dash small is there. I'm not sure why that didn't work. What you can do is copy paste for the model. When you do dash M, copy paste the one that says text dash embedding. So instead of 3 dash small,
Okay,
copy
sir.
paste. Yeah, you see the model up there. It says text dash embedding dash 3 dash small. No, the one below that. There's a high chance it's been deprecated. Okay, because OpenAI has moved to 4.
Sir.
So my suspicion is 3 has probably been deprecated, but we'll give it a try.
Now shall I try it, sir?
Yeah, try.
Sir, it is coming like something it is asking me to enter.
Quotation.
Yeah. No.
Actually, I think he pressed something else. Could you press Control C and retry again?
Yeah, your quotes is not closed. If you look at my email is, you haven't closed the quotes. Yeah. So thanks, Blessy. Yeah. I have a sneaking suspicion. Okay, it's only recently that they have done these changes. I have a sneaking suspicion that the Model 3 does not work anymore. That's my sneaking suspicion. Anyone else got this to work? Has anyone else tried this and it works for them? Okay, by the way, officially the session is over, all right? So if you guys want to leave, you can leave. We're just going to try and debug why this is not working for him, okay? And I'm just loading up my installation of it as well, so I can see what... So just give me 2 secs while I load up my installation of this. So meanwhile, if anyone else can give it a try also, that would be good.
Maybe you could paste in the GPT. Let's see what the response they are giving.
Yeah, 404 is not found, right? That's a not found error. So LLM is sending a request, but it's not going, it's not able to process it.
Can you send a simple text? Can you press up arrow key?
What should I do?
Press up arrow key 2 times, the small one. The earlier one, the 3 minus small one.
This one?
3 minus small model one. Okay.
This one.
Yeah. Just write my, okay, and remove every other thing.
Instead of this embed thing, I have to just write?
Yeah, just write on the double. No. Everything is correct. Everything is correct. I want to change just the text, okay? You are giving my email is this, no? Just write my instead of the all other.
Just a minute. Is this what you are trying to say?
Yeah, correct.
Even now it is showing the same for now, 404.
Okay, I figured out what the reason for the error is. So the URL, right? The base URL. You know, remember earlier I told you about the base URL.
OpenAI base URL you are telling, sir?
Yeah.
This thing?
This one. Yeah. So this, okay. If you look on Anand's GitHub repo, where he has documented how AI pipe works, I'll just paste it in for you over here, right? If you look on there, the URL for embeddings is different, okay?
It is actually to be a proxy, I guess, sir.
So I'll share with you what the embeddings URL is. Okay, this is the one he has documented on his website. HTTPS. Yeah, of course, it won't work if you click on it, right?
Fine.
The
okay.
URL. So the URL endpoint. That's the embeddings endpoint. So you have to send a request to that for it to work, I believe. So give that a try and see.
So now instead of this OpenAI base URL, this thing, I have to paste the URL which you have sent right now, sir?
Yeah. Give that a try and see what happens. Yeah. Hopefully this works.
So now it shows
Invalid post. Oh, okay. Okay. So temporarily, maybe we can solve this. So actually, okay. So what we are looking for is the answer in this GA is we want to find the JSON output of this particular command. So one way we can get that information is running the curl command. So if we go and if we do, where is it? Curl embeddings. Yeah. If you okay. On you see up I shared with you GitHub Anand the AI pipe, right? If you go there, yeah, just go there. Right.
Yes,
Scroll down. I know this is not going to solve our particular issue that we have, but it will most probably solve the answer. So if you scroll down, right, keep going. Yeah, keep going. So there will be embeddings, right? So if you look at embeddings, and he has given an example, right? So there he has sent an embedding using a curl command, and he's using embedding 3 small or whatever it is. And where it says input, you would have to put that input from your question,
Fine,
and
sir.
then it will send you a response back in your CLI. Okay, that
Okay,
response
sir.
will be this JSON object that you see. So that
Okay.
is what the object he's obviously looking for as the answer. So
Okay, sir.
give this a try first, right?
But in
So
this place of this A pipe token, I have to paste this, right, no, sir?
yeah, either that or the variable name of the that you have given earlier also. The whatever the variable name was, you can use that variable.
How shall I? I'll try it, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, paste it on here. So what was the name of the variable you used earlier? I think it was called like AI OpenAI underscore API key. I think it
Yes,
was
sir.
called, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So just use that variable name.
So this is what.
Yeah, yeah. So just use that variable name. Do that command which I showed. Yeah. So just use instead of yeah. You can open it in Notepad and just replace it also if you want to. But anyway, OpenAI underscore. It's OpenAI underscore.
Sir.
And then
I have to change the input.
yeah, you have to change the input. Yeah. So input you give what's from your GA. That no. The input is that my email is this, right? That's the input. That's the string you're trying to embed, create an embedding for. I know you don't understand this concept yet because we haven't explained it.
Yes.
We're just trying to get you to use the tools at the moment. Install and use them. We'll explain all
Now
these
I'm
things.
getting and JSON
Yeah.
response. It's very big.
Yeah. Of course, because the embedding will be a big response. Just copy paste this JSON response into the that's the whole JSON response, is it?
Yes,
There is an
sir.
easy way to do this. Actually, go back to anyway. I'll let you carry on.
I guess.
So the easy way I was going to say is when you run that command right at the top.
Okay.
See when you go to this command. So at the end of this command, right? If you put a space and then you put an angle bracket towards the right. Angle bracket. You know the angle bracket? No, angle bracket. It's like a pointy arrow.
Oh, this.
Yeah, to the right, facing towards the right. Yeah, and put a space, right? And put on there something like answer.txt or something. So what that does is instead of sending the output to your command,
It will paste that output here in this file.
Yeah, it will put it in a text file. So then it's easy for you to handle. Right. So now you got the output. You can now open that text file and you can copy paste it into your thing. Yeah. You can use Notepad as well if you want.
Okay.
There's also a command for selecting all of that in VI. I don't remember what it was. But a good question to ask the TDS GPT. You can say, what is the command? What is the keyboard shortcut? What is the keyboard shortcut for selecting all text in our text file? And it will say, I forgot to say for Vim, right? Vim.
It is percentage y plus.
So it says in Vim, GG moves the cursor to the beginning of the file, V starts in visual mode.
Shift G, sir.
And then, yeah. So GG, VG selects all the lines, and then copy is Y. Right. So once you copied everything.
So GG, VG, then
Yeah. Then you type Y to copy it. It'll copy it into your clipboard. And then you can paste it into the. No, that's not it.
Sir, I have given GG, VG. Now it is selecting all the name.
So you
Then then to copy this.
Do a right click instead. Yank only works in the terminal there in WSL.
Ah, right. Oh, I see. Okay.
If it is not working, then try notepad space and answer.txt. It will open in your notepad.
No. Just use the command. Don't run the curl again.
Okay. So now to copy this, what should I do, sir? I've given GG, that BG, that thing I've given.
Press Ctrl Shift C.
But even when I paste this, now this thing is only getting pasted.
Okay, you can try what someone else suggested, which is open it in Notepad.
Or one thing more you can try, press ESC escape key.
Escape.
Then colon, shift colon, percentage Y plus.
Y?
Plus, and press enter. Not working. Yeah, so open in the notepad. Okay, use your file explorer to explore the file.
Can you come again?
You can use your file explorer to open the file. At the bottom, you could scroll and there will be a Linux message. Go to your home folder and there will be the file. Do not go to the MNT, okay? There will be a home folder.
Yeah, or another option is launch VS Code from your WSL. That also will work. Expected a JSON array. So it only wants the embedding then. So what you do is you remove all the things that are not part of the array.
You can edit in the where you have pasted, okay?
But here, where is the JSON array getting entered? I guess this is where the JSON array is getting entered. These things are not necessary.
One thing you have removed, the last, the big bracket closing.
The brace. Yeah, you have to close the JSON.
Press enter and close the no big bracket.
Just go to the top of the embedding. So you got an object, you got list data, you've got so you've got simple
One
brace.
more curly.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, one more curly brace.
And again, it is still expected the JSON.
Listen, you'll have to
Actually,
use
it
a
should be the
JSON.
embeddings value.
Curly array.
Sir,
Yeah.
so
So
only these data, these brackets should
yes,
be.
yeah. Right. Double quoted property name at 331. So there is a property that it wanted.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
It just should be the embeddings value, sir. I mean, it looks like a Python list, right? It just should be the value.
We can try that. We can try just using the embeddings value.
Just embeddings value. It just worked fine for me.
It
Just
wants
put in the
JSON
embeddings
array,
value.
so maybe.
Okay.
Only these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Now only these JSON arrays should I pass, sir?
Yeah. Anyway, this doesn't answer the bigger question, which is why the LLM itself is not working package. But if we can get this to work, then
Still it is telling us.
yeah, most probably it's
I have pasted in the chat box once. Please check.
Oh, so just the array, nothing else. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir, just the array.
Just the array. Okay, then give that a shot.
There is no data like how
From the big, okay, you can go up. There is embedding, there is big bracket started. Okay. Embeddings, yeah. From there to the first big bracket.
First
close.
square bracket you are telling.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Now it is coming.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Sir, so, but
that
in order to resolve this issue, that is the not found thing.
Yeah. So there is. So that's what, right? The real bigger question is why did? Thanks, Meda Varapu. So yeah, the bigger question is why did the LLM package not work? Again, like I said, my suspicion is that because as you can see, it works through AI proxy. So I don't know if something is broken in the package itself, LLM package or not. I'm not sure. So that's why I asked, has anyone else tried it using LLM? So I was about to try it when I got stuck into figuring what this issue was. So if I do LLM embed -c embed this thing and then do -n 3 small. Okay, so I've tried it and it works for me. So I can just show you so that you guys can see it. I'm a bit surprised it didn't work for.
One thing, Mahadevan, I would say that in Windows, there is always. Can you check your clock time? Is it correct?
Yes, sir. It is 5:47. It is correct on Egypt.
Okay, so maybe you could restart your computer. There is always a issue with some network in Windows. I don't know. I encountered many times.
Okay, sir. I'll try with it.
Yeah, so you can see here, okay, I've tried it out myself, okay, and as you can see, this LLM embed embed this string, right? So in given the same M3 small, and it actually produces the array for me. So it shows the array, and it produces exactly the result that is required.
So even in my case, only for this embedding thing only it is showing error, sir. For others it is working fine. But when I
Yeah.
do this embedding command only, it is showing that error.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm not sure why it didn't work in your case. I know you got a 404 error now.
Yeah.
One last thing you can try is maybe, did you use Homebrew to install LLM?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just try and reinstall the package and then just try following the setup instructions again, which is putting the correct key, the correct URL, all those sort of things. Because I did the exact same thing, and as you can see, it is working even at the moment. It works for me, right? So,
Sir, if you don't mind, can we do that now or?
it's something you can try, right? I mean, it's
I
the
know.
instructions are the same, right? So you
Okay.
can try it on your own.
Fine, sir. If any doubts,
Because
I'll
I've
post
thought,
in Discourse.
definitely post on Discourse if it doesn't work for you. I'm not sure why it's not working for you. We'll have to figure out. There is some configuration issue that is occurring there. And like Ritik mentioned, maybe it's a clock time, network time issue also. It could be. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay.
First, as Ratik sir said, I'll try to restart the system and try it. Even then, if it doesn't work out, I'll try reinstalling everything. Sir.
Yeah,
Also
reinstall.
try one more thing. Change your network also. I think you are using your Wi-Fi, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, Wi-Fi.
Try many times the Wi-Fi DNS block many things. So try with your mobile hotspot also. Okay.
Okay, sir. I'll try that. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
The UV. Yeah, thank you. So Suhani said the UV question is throwing an error, even though I followed all the steps. A UV question. Which question is it?
Sir, it's the third question.
Post HTTP request with UV. Okay, so UV run with HTTP. Okay, so you have installed UV, I presume, right?
Yes, sir.
And what is the error you're getting? Can you show me your screen? Can you share your screen?
Yes, sir. Sure, just a minute.
Before that, sir, I think 2-3 people have raised hand from I think more than 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead, Karishma. Sorry, I didn't see who had raised hands. Question: can you please tell one by one what I have to install and where? Starting from initially AWS and then
Sir, this
okay.
error it is given.
So okay, run the command in your WSL and
Sir, I've run the command in CMD and this was the answer, but when I pasted it, I'm getting an error.
okay, so you are using Windows instead of
yes, sir.
Right. Can you try it in?
So can I tell something here?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Only the JSON output should be pasted in that answer thing, sir. That is in the gradle lesson. But JSON part alone.
Yeah, it says HTTP.
No, not the entire thing.
Yeah.
That JSON part.
Yeah, if you look at the question carefully, it says HTTPI. HTTPI returns a JSON object. Your payload appears under the JSON field. So paste that JSON response is basically what it's asking for. So that if you look at the curly brackets, what starts at the top.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think is it not the full JSON object?
No,
I thought it was the. No. I think you have to put the full JSON object. So if you look at the response, so the JSON object actually starts at the very top there. You see the top curly bracket there. That's the actual JSON response.
Okay.
That's like the what you call the full. Let's try that.
Okay, yeah, it's giving correct now.
Okay. So that's the JSON object. Okay, that's what comes back from the system. So if you, for example, if you right click on your browser anywhere, okay, yeah, just right click, right click, say inspect, right, and if you look at go to your network tab, there's a network, go to network, right, and over here just say reload page. There is a button reload page. Okay, so some response is coming to you. Okay, so if you click on, so if you scroll to the top, right, scroll to the top. Yeah, so if you click on that first one, right, that first TDS, whatever it is, right, and you see there is response. Can you see response? Headers, previews, response.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what's coming back to you, right? So and if you, I think if you further scroll to the right, there are some arrows over there, right? Like a double arrow. Double arrow. There's a double arrow on the top. Response, initiator, all those things.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. So please, okay, fine. So okay, go back to headers. Go back to headers. Scroll down. Yeah. So keep going. It's the bottom. Okay.
This is the furthest down I can go.
Yeah. So these are various things that are being returned by the URL that you just now hit, okay, which was this exam assignment thing. So each of these items are key value pairs: cook cache, cook control, cookie, priority. These are all key value pairs that are coming back. Okay. This response, all these things are coming back like some sort of JSON object to your browser. And the JSON object then is browser is looking at it and it's taking all the parts that it requires and then composing the page as per the requirement. So so that's what you saw over there. When you looked at the command prompt, when you went to the command prompt, if you go back to the command prompt, right? So it's producing some output for you, and the JSON response is what is down below there. You see, it says headers. Can you see it says headers? Yeah. So those same things, similar things would have been in your other page as well. So whenever you're accessing an endpoint, it sends this JSON body to the browser. So a part of that will be headers. If there's a post request, then there'll be some JSON body. So different key value pairs it will send back. So that's what is meant by JSON response. Okay. Anytime you connect to a page, you're hitting an endpoint on a server. The server is sending you information back like this. Okay.
Okay.
So now you understood what was meant by JSON response.
Yes, more or less. Sir, all these tools we are using, like we are following the steps and we are getting the right answer also, but I'm not really getting the actual concept, like why it's working the way it's working.
Yeah. So this
Like
is where
the answers are correct, but I'm not like confident in what I'm doing.
correct. Yeah. No, I understand. So the reason for that is because the underlying concepts have not been explained, right? So obviously, the commands you're running and they are working. That's it. So one suggestion I would have is to use what I showed you, what I've showed others earlier, which is use the virtual TDS TA. And anytime, see, I'm not accessible 24/7, right? But that virtual TDS TA is accessible 24/7. So here, for example, you didn't understand what that response was, right? What it sent you back, correct? You send it a command and you don't know what that was. So go back to your command prompt there. Go back to the command prompt, right? Yeah. Just copy this whole. Go to the top. Go to the top. Go to the top. Yeah. So copy that command first. That first command. UV from there. Go to the top. Yeah. Start from there. UV run. UV run. Yeah. From there, right? I would say copy that whole thing, right? Copy this.
Yes, sir.
and then go to the virtual GPT, virtual TDS GPT. So you raised a very good question. Okay, this is something that others also will find beneficial. So then, yeah. So if you go to tools in data science, the main portal.
Okay.
Yeah, just go to the main portal page.
Main portal in the sense.
So if you, so for example, if you go to course introduction, go to course introduction. Yeah, click on course introduction. And then click on that TDS 2025. This is the main portal. Okay. Not the
Yes.
Seek portal is not the main portal. This is the main portal.
Yes.
Okay. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, and then go a little bit up, little bit up, little bit up, bit more.
Just one.
Yeah. Here. Yeah. So what you do is virtual TA, not GPT instruction, virtual TA. Go back. Yeah. Just. Okay. So if you, if you had gone to the previous page, just this is the instructions of how we created it. So if you go back to the previous page. Yeah. So you see, yeah. So go down to the bottom of the page where you saw that virtual TA. Yeah. So don't click on GPT instructions, right? Click on where it says virtual TA. A little bit up.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, virtual TA, not GPT instructions. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, bookmark this. Okay. So it's next time you'll get to it quickly. Just click on that star icon in the right hand corner. There's a star.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can always, yeah. So now you'll be able to get access to it very quickly. So say done and sign up to check.
Okay, sir. I'll sign up.
Okay, so you can use Google. Don't have to put an address. It'll much easier. Just continue with Google. Because then it's just easier. You don't have to manually enter anything. Okay, yeah, continue.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, just I don't know. Yeah, just you might have to enter those details. So you can stop sharing your screen if you
Okay.
want. So that yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you sign up for it, right? Paste all that information I told you earlier, which is that UV, whatever, everything, the command, and the response, and then in the GPT, right? You after you paste all that in there, you press Shift Enter, so you get one more extra space of line at the bottom, and then you say, please explain this command and this response I got back in simple language. And then what it'll do is it will break it down to you. It will tell, okay, this is what this command does. These are the various components of this command. Now, I could sit here and explain that to you, but that will take a good 15, 20 minutes, right? And I don't mind doing that, but there may be many others who already, for example, for them, it's something straightforward. So these are some basic things, right? But this is not the only question you will
Yeah.
have. You will have lots of other questions, right? So that is the workflow. You take a command that you did not understand and explicitly tell GPT that you are new to coding, you want the answers in a simple form, and you tell it to explain to you what is happening and why it's happening. And if you still don't understand, ask it to explain in a different way. And you've got a completely 100% patient teacher there who will be able to explain these things to you. So this will help you, especially if you're new to coding, because unfortunately, the reality is we will not be able to spend a lot of time telling you the basics. Okay, we'll move on very quickly from having the tools installed to using the tools to then solving some problems. So it won't be realistic. I'll be upfront with you. It won't be realistic for us to teach you all the very basics. It will not be possible. We may hold some extra sessions here and there. If the TAs have time and if they are willing to, then maybe you will be able. They will be able to arrange some special sessions to deal with some basics. So that's always possible. But I would say try and use this first, okay, and see if it helps you to understand what's going on.
Yes, it is responding me with the answers.
Okay, is it a clear answer? Did you understand what it said?
Yes, more or less.
Okay. So if you didn't still understand, right, then break it down. Just take only the command, right, and say only explain to me what this UV command is doing. That's all. So try that out and see what response it gives you. And so then when you do that, then it will help you through that process. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Good. Right. It's 6 o'clock. So we will close this session here. We all have to. Unfortunately, we can't keep going. We would love to keep going and help you all out, but there's a time limit to everything, right? So there's only so much we can do. If there is any issues, post it in discourse. Use the GPT, please. The TDS GPT is specially designed for this kind of work. So please use it. And if you have any questions, post it in discourse and we will answer them for you. So, Karishma, you have a question? Video link. Yeah, we will give you the video link. So.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Karishma had raised her hand. So what do you want, Karishma? After that, I'll get your question. Okay, Nama?
No worries, sir.
Yeah.
She has posted her question in the chat.
Okay. Basic question. Can you please tell one by one what to install and where? Okay. So to install, the things to install will be the things that are on the week one. Okay, development tools. If you go through all those sections one by one, and even the first session, I think you were there in the first session, right, where we talked about what tools to install. So basically, it's VS Code, UV, npm, the LLM tool, and Git. And if you are feeling adventurous, then I would say even install GitHub CLI. Okay? GitHub CLI is quite useful. So along with Git, install GitHub CLI. If you install those things, then you'll be fine. Okay. Yes, Naman.
So I have a quick question. I was doing the GA and there's this question which I solved according to the instruction. But after giving the URL, it's giving some different kind of error, which is like unexpected property name or
okay. Which question? Which question?
So question number 15. May I share my screen?
Yeah, sure. GitHub, right?
Yes.
Okay. This will be the last question, okay? So we have to end this session at some point.
I understand, sir. Actually, so according to the instruction, we have to create a JSON and commit it. So I committed it. Here's the
yeah. Can we look? Can we look at that particular location so we can see what we put in there?
Here it is. Oh, sorry. I think I'm not sharing that one. Here it is, sir. So this is the JSON I committed.
Okay, so let me go back to the question again. Right, so value push it, yeah, enter the GitHub URL. So this is okay. So go back to the URL itself. Yeah. So what's the URL for this page? No. So you go to the raw. Go to raw. No, there on the page itself. Yeah. So what's the URL for this page?
The URL is this.
Yeah. Copy this URL.
Yes, I copied it.
Yeah. Go ahead and paste it back into the.
I think it's the same issue.
You see, it is saying, right, a bracket in JSON. So you have to see whether your JSON is correct. The file itself is correct or not. The URL should not be the problem.
Yeah, but it looks correct, right? I don't see a problem with his JSON.
So when I copy the path of the file, it copy as the GitHub instead of GitHub raw. So, oh sorry.
Yeah, copy permalink.
So this paste the GitHub link, which is incorrect because it on the GitHub user content kind of.
Yeah, but what it's actually checking is not so much the link itself. It's actually checking your JSON. So.
Sir, I guess can I tell something here?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So now instead of Naman, you pasted something before, right? Can you go to that?
This one?
Not this one. Before this, you had pasted something. Yes. Now instead of that github.com, there you put that raw, that GitHub user content.com.
Yeah.
Now try.
Yeah, but it's still okay. So it says line 1, column 4.
Now take that blob thing. Question 1 repo. After that blob, it is there. It is right.
I'm sorry, may you repeat?
You take it. Take that blob thing alone. That blob word alone.
Yes, may I ask what to do with it?
Remove it, I'm telling. I'm telling it to take.
Thank you so much.
Very interesting. I see. Okay. Can you post this in Discourse, please, Naman?
Sure thing, sir.
Yeah, post this. Post your problem. Post what you saw was the solution, and we will get it corrected on our end. Okay. I'm not sure why that didn't work. Why that blob is causing that issue. Okay. And who was it who answered who was it who gave the solution?
So myself.
Mahadevan. Is your name Mahadevan? It's M Mahadevan, right? So what's your first name?
M Mahadevan.
So your first name is M Mahadevan.
So actually my name is Mahadevan Manikandan. That is Mahadevan is my first name.
Okay. That's fine then. Okay. So Mahadevan is fine, right? If you call him Mahadevan.
Yes, sir. Fine.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, Mahadevan.
Thank you.
Keep in mind all those people who have helped us. Okay. Great. Thank you so much. Right. Yeah. So Naman, just post it in Discourse with the solution. Okay. And we will see how we can fix that. We are planning we haven't yet figured out the process for it, but something we are thinking of piloting at some point is a bug bounty leaderboard, and it's not official yet, so I shouldn't really be telling you these things. Maybe I should stop the recording now. Okay, let me stop the recording.